Alright guys, so welcome to my channel. My name is Lamaya. Getting straight into the commentary, I am a sterile processing technician. And at my institution, we are required to acquire our CRCST certification in order to secure our job and to be identified as a certified sterile processing technician. I know there is another form of certification that we can acquire, but it is most preferred and almost mandated as a prerequisite that we have our CRCST. So, nonetheless, our due date or our deadline is July 31st. We have to take this test before July 31st or on July 31st at least. And, a lot of my coworkers are rather fearful. And I think because of the fear among my peers, my manager decided to ask me, "Are you nervous? Like, are you scared? Are you fearful?" And I'm like, "Nah, like, I feel like if I study, I can do it. History has shown that if I apply myself, I am very capable of achieving all that I hope to attain, if that makes any sense." But when I was responding to my manager's question, I basically, just equated it to studying well and that affording me the opportunity to succeed in that regard. But when I got into my car after having that conversation and reflecting on it, I was like, you know what? Out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, I was like, God would never position me to fail. And that is so true. Even when I've been positioned by God for success and I have experienced failure, it wasn't that God intended for me to fail. At times, it was because I was being too ambitious, I was too eager, I was impatient. And I was like, God, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. And he's like, no, like, you just got to give it some time. And I'm like, I promise you, God, I'm ready. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, I'm sure, God. So he gives me this opportunity. And I experienced success briefly, temporarily. That success lasts, but it isn't sustained, and it renders itself because I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? But when I apply myself and I really am positioned in a way that God says, hey, this is your season, this is your time, this is your moment, go for it. Often do I experience success. And in the instance that I do experience failure once more, a lot of times it has to do with me not applying myself. Like, for example, I failed statistics last term, so that was spring 2022. Now I have to take it summer 2022 because I literally didn't apply myself. I wanted to use Mathway. I wanted to, just be very lazy about it, for the lack of better wording or phrasing, and I did not apply myself, so I failed. It wasn't that God positioned me to fail. He made it very attainable for me to succeed and to experience success, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't applying myself. And that's what like that's just a crazy realization for me that stemmed from a simple conversation. Like, I tell you, out of nowhere. If you've ever had those instances where you just say something to yourself and you're like, damn, like, why did I even say that? But then you consider it deeper and you're like, whoa, that's profound. And that's just how it was for me when I was just sitting in the car and I'm like, God would never position me to fail. I think about to even be in this position right now, to even be in this position where I should have already had my certification, and I'm now given the opportunity to acquire my certification and to sustain my job and to, it just experience more upward mobility. Like, I shouldn't even be here right now. So I know for a fact it's God positioning me within divinity, positioning me on the path that I am to venture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to be doing this and I need to be here. And I don't know, I don't want to ramble too much, but like, it's just, if you know the story behind my hiring and just being where I'm at and doing what I do, I've only been there for like 6 months and I'm doing damn well. So I feel like, I don't have a reason to be nervous. But sometimes when you are so confident in yourself, you get a little apprehensive, or at least I do. I get a bit apprehensive to even say, like, nah, like, I'm not fucking nervous. I'm not scared. I'm anxious. Like, I'm ready to take this shit. But because, what if you do fail? And it's like, I wasn't being conceited, but if I was, I got a reason, like Remy Ma said. But no, like, it's just like, I really feel like I'm going to pass. If I study, I can do it. I really can.